Howdy, welcome to Use of Force Accountability. Today I'm going to be talking about how police professional courtesy was lethal. It just got real.
A 20-year-old man with autism was tased by police.
Officer shot a 13-year-old boy with autism spectrum disorder.
Officers who tased a man with autism.
Why did police use a stun gun on her son who has autism?
So what is professional courtesy? Now, normally what that means is that one puts away their bias or their presumptions and takes a new, fresh look at something. But this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Blue Line Mafia police professional courtesy. Now, this means something entirely different. Basically, what it means is, and you've seen and heard about it, for instance, an officer gets drunk, gets pulled over by another officer, and, instead of arresting him, putting him through the paces like they would anyone else, they do him a nice little favor, take him home, maybe take his wife out to pick up his car, and nothing's ever said. That's what police professional courtesy means. So if you ever hear that, that means that they are willing for other officers to break the law and to cover it up. That's exactly what it means. So let me get into the story. Now, I have used their actual names here. Please do not harass these people. The reason I have used their names is because I believe in accountability, and these people did not get any accountability for what happened. So we went over to my ex-wife's friend's house, Tammy and Kenny Orth, and one of the first things that I really noticed, or what really bothered me, was during halftime, he gets up and says, well, I gotta go give a ticket. He was in full uniform, on duty watching the Super Bowl. Now, this is a very rural area, so really patrolling isn't going to stop any crimes. However, visibility is always good. I think it's kind of unethical to be at home in the living room watching the Super Bowl while you're on duty. But he says, yeah, I got to go give a ticket at halftime. This really annoyed me because what he was saying, he wasn't concerned about public safety or anything else. No, what he had to do was go extort some civilians by using the force of government to basically fund the government, which just left a real bad taste in my mouth. But the other thing he said to me really bothered me, and he just looks at me and says, I believe in professional courtesy. I lost all respect for that man. All respect for that man right then and there. It was enough, but that wasn't the problem. He definitely did believe in professional courtesy, as did all the other police in town. In fact, they extended it to his wife, Tammy. Now, I know she was pulled over at least a dozen times by the local police for speeding and blowing stop signs and all kinds of traffic violations, but they would always just say, well, okay, Tammy, don't do this, and they would let her go, extending that professional courtesy not to Kenny, but his wife, which they shouldn't have even been extending it to each other. A few years later, after we moved out of town, my wife told me Tammy had rear-ended someone. She was speeding, doing something like 65 or something in a 40 mile an hour, 35 mile an hour zone, rear-ended someone and killed them. She actually was a nurse, and she fled the scene. Now, as I hear it, she had really rich parents and completely somehow got away with killing someone by reckless driving because she had no reason to obey the traffic laws. She could do whatever she wanted to. She wasn't going to get a ticket. So this is how professional courtesy became lethal. If any cop ever mentions professional courtesy, they are a piece of crap, and they should not in any way be in law enforcement. In fact, they should be in prison themselves. This is David Page. Do what's right.